We've all grown up hearing the same things about time. That time is precious, that time is money, that once it's gone, you can't get it back. These ideas aren't new. They've been passed on for generations. We've all heard them. We repeat them often, and intellectually, we all agree with them. Now, despite knowing all of this, most of us still struggle to use our time wisely. We delay things, we procrastinate. So clearly, just knowing that our time is important isn't enough. If it were, we would all already be using our time perfectly. Hello everyone, my name is Chahak Trivedi. I'm 14 years old in grade 8, and what I want to share with you today isn't a new notion. It's not a big discovery. It's not a rule you've never heard of before. It's simply a different perspective on what you already understand. A slightly different way of relating to time. It's a perspective that changed the way I make my decisions. One that helped me stop waiting. And I share it with you today in hopes that it helps you too. So let's start this off in a way we all know and love. Close your eyes and imagine a clock. Not the one on your wall, not the one on your phone, but the invisible one, ticking quietly inside of you, inside of me, inside of each one of us here. Ticking with every moment, every heartbeat, every moment moving forward, whether you notice it or not. We all know that time is limited, and yet we act as if there'll always be more. More chances, opportunities, more time to be ready. We act as if the time that we have is time that we own, not time that we've borrowed. Now, what do I mean by borrowed? Here's how I think of it. The time we're living on isn't time that we own. It's time we've been given. We didn't earn it. We didn't request it. And most of all, we don't control it. And when you borrow something, you use it carefully, intentionally. You don't waste it. And the same applies for your borrowed time. Last year, my school held auditions for Matilda. And I wanted to go. I told myself, you can do it all week. But when the time came, I thought something that sounded reasonable at the time. There's always a next time. Don't worry about it. Now, it wasn't that big a deal. Just a small opportunity. One school play. But that sentence stuck with me. There's always a next time. Because we use it everywhere. When we don't raise our hands because we might be wrong. When we don't try out for something we care about. When we don't attempt because we might fail. Slowly, waiting stops becoming a choice. It becomes a habit. And the problem is this. Those missed opportunities? Well, opportunities don't wait for us the way we wait for them. Opportunity comes knocking on our door, not the other way around. And while we may say there's always a next time, time itself keeps moving. Second by second, heartbeat by heartbeat. Take Steve Jobs. Global company Apple didn't start off as one. It began with just two boys in a garage with an idea. They didn't have the resources or the tools, but they started anyways. Or Marie Curie, who explored fields of science at a time when women weren't even allowed in labs and changed the course of science forever. They didn't start with perfect conditions, they started anyways. And that's what makes them special. Because it means that impact doesn't begin with readiness, it begins with action. Through the lens of borrowed time, life shouldn't be measured in years. It should be measured in the impact that you've made. Because borrowed time becomes meaningful when you use it to create, to explore, to change something, no matter how small. Doctors save lives. Writers shape minds, and athletes inspire nations, but none of them started once they were ready. They started before their time felt certain, before when they were still failing, still afraid. They started before they were ready. And that's what makes their time matter now. Even our bodies are counting time. Our bodies are biological clocks. Scientists even study telomeres, the ends of our DNA, shortening as we age, meaning that every cell in our body is keeping track of the seconds that pass. And that matters. Because it means today matters more than tomorrow ever could. Not because tomorrow isn't important, but because it's based solely on the decisions you make in today, in borrowed time. We teenagers are often told, don't worry, you've got your whole lives ahead of you. It's meant to comfort us, but it tricks us. It tricks us into postponing, into assuming that better things are only reserved for the future versions of ourselves. It makes us feel like tomorrow, that future, is guaranteed. When the truth is, it isn't. And that shouldn't scare us. It should free us. Because if borrowed time is so uncertain, then the best way to honor it is by using it now, while we still have the courage, the creativity, the time, the youth, and most of all, the resources served to us on a silver platter. We don't have to wait to make an impact if we already can. Now, what does using your borrowed time well actually look like? It's not dramatic lifestyle changes, it's the small choices you make in your everyday lives. Like saying yes to something before you're ready, raising your hand even if it's a bit uncomfortable, choosing learning over passive consumption, and removing distractions that silently consume hours. And most of all, being honest. Honest to yourselves. Answer this question truthfully, every day. Is the time that I've used helping me grow? Or is it just filling space? If you can answer that question, you can make the decisions to use your time wisely. Now, imagine a generation that stopped waiting. If every teenager treated their time as powerful, as precious, as borrowed, the innovations in science, technology, infrastructure, the cure for disease, the next big breakthrough, The invention that might just change the way we live our lives. If we stop saying someday and we started saying now. So the next time you look at a clock, don't just see the seconds slipping away. See an opportunity, an invitation, a reminder that borrowed time isn't a curse. It's a gift. And the question? Well, it was never how much of it you have. The question is, what do you choose to do with it? Thank you.